Sure. I'm happy. We beat a good team today. Kansas does a really good job. I think they run a lot of sets that spread you out. They're hard to guard. So just happy we were able to bounce back after the tough loss a couple days ago against Kansas State. And, we had lost a couple straight. We have a young team, so just to come back and end this road trip with a win is a positive thing for us.
Coach, this goes for you and your players. Just going up against Minus was a tough task. Kind of what was the game plan? How do you guys think
I think every team in this conference has good players, so I think for us it wasn't anything different. I think just preparation. She's a solid player, but she's also playing out of position. She's a forward that's playing the point guard, so I know that they have some injuries, but she was very hard for us to guard. She's a tough matchup because she's strong. She plays with a really good pace. She can play inside, outside, so she's really good. But I think that we did a good job in the first half, in the first three quarters, not so much in the fourth quarter. But, we knew she was going to score because we weren't going to shut her down. We were just going to contain her.
Okay, questions from our local media. The team seemed to be much more cohesive than we've seen in other games this year. Better ball movement. Was there a specific message to them heading in, or did it just click?
The same message all the time. I don't have a plan of not being cohesive or not moving the ball. So I'll let you guys answer that one. What was the difference today?
I feel like it's kind of been a lot on the team, We've had a recent suspension, and now we're kind of figuring out how to play without that player. And, Taya really stepped up today. Lauren stepped up off the bench, too.
Always a lot going on, and I think this is the normal. It ebbs and flows. I think as a coach, you're always gonna have different challenges. I think you're gonna face different adversity, and our adversity was we lost a couple straight against some good teams. I mean, think about a young team that plays a lot of freshmen and sophomores, and we have one experienced player. We lose in overtime against Baylor. Then we play an Iowa State team. And then we go when we play, Kansas State. That's a tough little stretch. It's our toughest stretch of the year. So I felt that we stuck with it. We never, fell apart. We knew, we gave some good runs in those games. And I think today we just put it together in a better way. But we're always adjusting. Different people are stepping up at different times. And remember, Montea's a freshman. So Monte is going to be like this. The best thing about a freshman is that the next year they're a sophomore. So, she ate her Wheaties this morning. She was ready to go. But this is the type of aggressiveness we need from all three of them all the time. I think a thing that's been a focal point for us and something positive is that Isis has averaged 12 points the last few games. And that's what we need. I always tell them to be more aggressive. I don't really have to tell her 'cause she's always aggressive usually. But I still tell her. But that's what we need. Then Montea, offensive rebounding. For us, she plays a 2-3-4-5. And then Lauren, whether she starts or comes in off the bench, we need that scoring punch. She's one of our best shooters, so we need her to be aggressive, and she was today. So I think that they're young. They're both freshmen, so just proud of the way they performed in a tough environment.
Following up on that, it's not quite halfway through yet. But what is your perception of the Big 12?
Very different than the Pac-12. I think, I was so used to the Pac-12. I think the Pac-12 was, overall, a little bit stronger, especially on the top. But I think the top teams like Kansas State are just as good as any of the top Pac-12 teams were last year. I think the bottom is probably a little bit, not weaker, but probably not as strong as the Pac-12. But I think they're both really good conferences. I think the difference in the Big 12 and the Pac-12 is the versatility of players. I think the Big 12 was a lot more post-oriented with a lot of girth inside. I don't think the Pac-12, besides Nettie, ever had a size inside. It was more of I'd say, the more modern basketball, all the 5-shot threes. Here, there's big traditional post players, and so that's really different. But I think besides that, there's still great players you have to face every night, good coaches, and I think really good environments. What I've been impressed with, Kansas has so much tradition here. Really good environment. It's a basketball environment. I think that we saw great things at BYU. We saw great things everywhere we've been on the road pretty much. So it's kind of cool to go different places, although I don't really like this weather. That's why I'm in Arizona. This is freezing for us. I feel like I need a parka on the bench, but besides that.
Montea, you had a career high with 11 points. What do you think was different for you this game?
I think just changing my mindset and being more confident. And another thing is my teammates were able to set me up this game, attacking the basket, drawing multiple players, and then having me open for a shot or attacking the rim. So I just think being more confident and helping my teammates.
for you, and did it have anything to do with you like stepping up since Freya wasn't in as much as she usually is?
To be honest, I mean, a lot of my rebounds were they don't have players that we have to box out on the free throw line. I even tried to steal one from Taya one time. So like those are just like free rebounds, and I was just making sure I was getting them.
And then last one, how great is it to snap the losing streak and come home?
Great.
Awesome.
Amazing.
I mean,
No
winning
awkward
is a
play.
lot more fun. And I think that for a young team, it's like teaching them like you're gonna go through ups and downs like when you're a young team. So you have to learn from your mistakes. So looking at the runs we made in those losses and how did we do that, but how do we put that together? So I think they're all moments to teach and learn. And I think that we're getting better every game. And now we get to go back home, and hopefully we're usually opposite. We're usually on the road, struggle more and win more at home, and we're kind of opposite right now. So we have an incredible environment, one of the best in the country. So we want to go back home, and we feel like we can win some games at home. So hopefully this is the thing that will spearhead the turnaround. And I think the team's just playing with more confidence, and I think just playing at a good level.
Great, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.